In the ancient city of Ujjain, amidst the hum of temple bells and the murmur of the bustling marketplace, lived a young woman named Radha. Known for her beautifully handcrafted jute bags, she spent her days surrounded by colors and textures, yet felt a dull emptiness growing within her. Though her hands were busy, her heart remained restless. Each morning she awoke with a sigh, burdened by the weight of unfulfilled dreams and unnoticed efforts. Her sales were inconsistent, her energy low, and her smile, once bright, had faded into a quiet weariness. One quiet afternoon, Radha wandered into a secluded garden on the edge of the city, her usual retreat from the chaos. Beneath the shade of an ancient banyan tree sat a wise old sage, radiating calm. Sensing her heavy heart, he offered her a place beside him. Without asking much, he began to speak, not in advice or instruction, but in gentle stories, as if planting seeds for her to water with reflection. "Once," the sage said, his eyes on the swaying leaves above, "there was a young tree rooted near a dried-up riverbed. Every day the tree complained about its plight, no water to drink, harsh sun baking its leaves, and no birds to sing melodies. It believed the world had been unfair to it. One day, a weary traveler rested beneath its shade. Hearing the tree's complaints, the traveler smiled and said, 'You speak of what's missing, but have you ever noticed your blessings? Your branches still offer shade. Your roots still hold firm. Be thankful for these, and the world will begin to change, starting with your heart.'" The sage paused, allowing the essence of the story to sink into Radha's thoughts. The tree, puzzled but desperate, decided to heed the traveler's advice. Day by day, it started to appreciate the little things, the morning dew, the children resting under its shade, and the night's cool relief. Over time, the tree saw its world not as a place of scarcity, but as one filled with unnoticed blessings. What once felt like a burdened life started to feel full, not because anything changed, but because the tree started seeing differently. Radha, drawn into the imagery, nodded thoughtfully. The sage smiled gently and continued, his tone now shifting. "Many years ago, in a distant town, Arjun, a skilled carpenter, found himself entrenched in a rut of dissatisfaction and negativity. Despite his renowned craftsmanship, each day ended in frustration, with Arjun feeling unappreciated and undervalued. His interactions were often short and tinged with a bitterness that seeped into his work and personal life. Arjun's days were filled with the sound of his hammer and the scent of freshly cut wood, but his heart wasn't in his work. He constantly compared his creations to those of others, focusing on what he lacked: more sophisticated tools, a larger workshop, wealthier clients. His home life mirrored this unrest. Conversations with his family were sparse and strained, focusing on worries and what-ifs rather than love and support. One cloudy afternoon, as Arjun was finishing a particularly challenging piece, a large ornate door that had taken weeks to perfect, an elderly woman visited his shop. She noticed the door, its intricate carvings, and the sheer effort that had gone into its creation. With genuine admiration, she praised Arjun, not just for the craftsmanship, but for the passion that was evident in every detail. Her words struck a chord with Arjun. Here was a stranger who saw value in his work, reminding him of the pride he once felt in each creation. Inspired by her perspective, Arjun began to reflect on his approach to life and work. Motivated by the woman's visit, Arjun decided to shift his focus from what he lacked to what he possessed. Each morning before his day began, he spent a few moments in his workshop, appreciating the tools he had inherited from his father, the smell of the wood, and the skill in his hands that brought people's needs and dreams to life. This new practice of gratitude slowly transformed Arjun. He started to enjoy his work again, taking pride in the unique qualities of his creations instead of worrying about comparisons. His relationships improved as well. Conversations at home became warmer and filled with laughter. As the sage concluded his stories, Radha felt a shift within her. The stories mirrored her own life, her focus on unsold bags and her unchanging routine. Motivated by the tales of the tree and the carpenter, she decided to start her own gratitude practice. Each day she found things to be thankful for: the texture of the jute, the smiles of her customers, and even the unsold bags that gave her time to perfect her craft. Gradually, gratitude reshaped Radha's life. Her stall became a place of positivity, attracting more customers not just because of her products, but also due to the warmth and gratitude she radiated. This positivity extended beyond her business, enhancing her relationships and overall outlook on life. Reflecting on her journey and the sage's lessons, Radha realized that gratitude was not about having everything, but about appreciating everything you have. Let Radha's journey be a reminder for you. Start today. Take a moment each day to notice the blessings already around you. A kind word, a small win, a breath of fresh air. Gratitude doesn't demand more. It reveals that we already have enough. And in that awareness lies the secret to happiness. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational tales.